Sentinel Online. Now loading the GeekCast radio network of podcasts.
He wanted to be
Supernatural. From Estrogen. Brave Star. Maybe it was a Manglore.
It's Castle Grayskull.
Tune in next week for a much better episode. For now, though, courage.
Hello and welcome to the 58th episode of ToyCast, sponsored by BigBadToyStore.com, where you can save from 20 to 90% on over 1,000 items. I am your host, TFG and Mike, and joining me as usual is General Techno. Hello.
Hello there.
And in the first time, we've almost reached 60 episodes, and this is the first time we've had Estrogen on the show. Nitro Streak is joining us. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very good.
Yes. This is actually your very first podcast.
Yes, it is.
Talk about taking your cherry.
That's the first time we've had real estrogen. We've had fake estrogen on here before. I reviewed my Revoltech Yoko a while back, for instance.
Well, that and the voicemails.
So it's and the what?
That and the voicemails. If females sent in voicemails. So
what about? Didn't you do some of your Mighty Mugs? Weren't those female? The Baroness one?
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't count though. They're fake plastic. I'm talking about an actual.
So it is plastic. It is used in plastics. Like estrogens are used in plastics. So it completely applies.
Oh boy.
So you could argue that we've never been really, truly estrogen-free, depending on the plastic composition of the toys.
I seriously doubt that Nitro Streak is made of plastic. I was talking about actual hosts being female or not.
And I was just running with it.
Yeah, you kind of ran that into the ground. 1 minute and 34 seconds into the show, and we've already gone down the hole. Oh, jeez. Okay, so, Nitro Streak, why don't you introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself as far as what kind of a Transformers fan you are, other than the fact that you are a raging Starscream fangirl.
Alright, I think my first experience with Transformers was Armada. I never really got into it at the time, though.
You poor child.
Shut up. And my brother had G1 recorded on VHS tape, and I loved that. And my fandom of it kind of receded for a while, but then when the movies came out, it went up the charts again. And now it's my main thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And yeah, that's about it.
The movies really brought a lot of people into the fandom, I have to say, in general. I mean, like people who see the movies and then they end up becoming big fans of another property like G1 or Animated or something as a result.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed.
As we're recording this Monday night, May 24th, 2010. Steve Megatron and I, who runs the network with me, we did ATTF 47 this morning. It's out now. And we brought up the fact about the news story that TFW had about Starscream to have his G1 personality in Transformers Prime. And I'm thinking to myself, what other personality is there than the, raving lunatic, want to take over and rule everything Starscream? I don't know, that news story just rubbed me the wrong way.
He was pretty Nancy in Armada.
Yeah. I said, I don't follow Armada, Energon, or Cybertron. Those are the evil stepchildren of Transformers.
Well, I know that Orsi, he's just going off of looking at Revenge of the Fallen stuff, I know he's a fan, seems to be a fan of the classic G1 cartoon Starscream, so I imagine we'll see something like that. Because they evoked that in Revenge of the Fallen, if you noticed, so.
Oh, yeah.
The classic G1 cartoon Starscream.
Only problem with having that type of personality, and of course it depends on the character design for Transformers Prime. I know it's going to be a mix of animated and movie-verse designs, but the only problem with that is, who are you going to get to voice him? Steve and I mentioned this morning, I kind of brought up the fact that if Tom Kenny could take his animated Starscream a little bit darker and not so comical, maybe, possibly, but I don't know.
Convinced he could. I'm convinced Tom Kenny could potentially... Well, Starscream would probably be more semi-comic relief, though. Like, I mean, keep in mind that it is G1 hybridized with movie, but designs, like, for instance, the thing is that movie Bumblebee was, you know, he evoked the original Bumblebee, and movie Starscream... Realistically, what do people associate more with Starscream? Movie Starscream or a more G1-esque design?
Yeah.
I think that's going to inform it. Bumblebee's the yellow car, and the movie design is he's kind of known by the movie design nowadays just because he's such a big part of the movies. So it doesn't surprise me that he's going to borrow a lot of elements from the movie design. But yeah, in the case of Starscream, I mean, he's known best for his G1 incarnation, so I imagine we'll see very similar design to his G1 self.
Right, but I mean, as far as the voice acting, I don't think there's any, because for the main part out of the news that we've gotten about this new cartoon is that Welker and Cullen are back as Prime, and I'm assuming Welker's going to do Megatron.
That hasn't been confirmed.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That has not been confirmed yet, but I'm assuming that because he's in it, he's probably going to be doing that voice. I don't know.
I was assuming Soundwave myself, honestly.
Well, it could be. I hope to God it's not Dr. Claw, but,
Well, keep in mind that Orsi and Kurtzman were, like, just from message boards I've gone to, that they were in favor of the vocoder. Like, they were fighting Bay on that one.
Right, right.
And they lost. So Soundwave's going to have a vocoder, no question.
Yeah. What else? Let's see. I'm not going to go into too much detail with this since I'm saving it for a potential 25th episode of TFG1 Podcast, which will be the final and last episode of that show. I finally broke down and I got the Matrix set, so yes, that's in the other room. Let's see. I will be getting about, I think, 8 or 12 toys by September. Just... Nice. Well, depending. I'm planning on using the BBTS pile of loot, and the Crystal Clear Optimus Rodimus set comes out in July, and then Rodimus himself comes out in August, as well as the War for Cybertron Optimus and Soundwave.
Very nice.
Yes. So, why don't we have Techno go first? Who are you going to be talking about, sir?
Alright, I'm going to be talking about a figure that came out sometime last year, actually. Like, not quite a year ago, but close. But I was getting some other stuff off of BBTS at the time and noticed that, holy crap, this is cheap now. And it's the San Diego Comic-Con Destro 2-pack, which, like, I originally saw it, I was like, it's too expensive for me to justify sort of thing, even though I'd like it. Then I got into Doctor Who, and since Christopher Eccleston played the 9th Doctor, that made me more interested in the set, because it's essentially a 3/4-inch 9th Doctor in a suit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, now I want this more. And then I saw on BBTS that it was cheap, and I was ordering other stuff from BBTS at the same time. So I was like, okay, I combined shipping.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-pack. The packaging, I actually had it been sealed for at least a week or so because the packaging is so nice. It's ridiculously nice packaging, this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally did bring up the courage to open it and took it out. And yeah, it's a 2-pack. It's got one of Destro's ancestors, James McCullen the 9th, and it's got James McCullen the 24th, who's the modern Destro, in it. I'm just going to talk about the ancestor first. The ancestor, I'm trying to remember who played him in the movie, but it was... All I can remember is that it was their first choice for Destro, but then they couldn't secure the work visas or whatever, so they cast Christopher Eccleston instead at the last minute. But they still used him for those parts of the film.
Right.
But anyway, he's in traditional like Scottish armor. He's got the kilt. He's got like heavy chest armor and stuff. It looks like it's removable, but I haven't actually removed it. He comes with a bunch of weapons. He's got like a flintlock pistol, like a sword. There's also a banner he comes with as well with the Clan McCullen emblem on it. But I don't have that. I don't have that out because the flag doesn't stick too well to the flagpole. You know, he's got standard range of posability. He's got waist articulation. The armor's split, so he can do his waist. He's got standard ball-jointed head, standard legs, like basically all the standard modern G.I. Joe articulation that you'd expect of them. And the detailing is pretty well done. And as the neat little detail, he comes with the Destro helmet that they give him in the movie, and basically just plop it over his head, and then he's got a big metal helmet over it. And there's eye holes and a mouth hole on there as well. So it's a pretty cool feature on there. And then the second figure he comes with, that was the main reason I got this, the James McCullum the 24th, because it's the only toy they made of the actual Destro as he appears in 99% of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's standard suit. He's got the he's got a jacket on there that, like, the jacket arms are actually painted onto the hands, like what's done with a lot of jacketed figures, just so he can have full posability on him. But that doesn't really hurt the figure. He's got the full range of motion again. He's also got a little waistcoat, he's got a waistcoat that's attached to his jacket, which unbuttons. And the tie is actually a separate piece of rubberized plastic as well that's glued onto him. So you can, if you really wanted to, you could fiddle around with the tie, which is kind of cool. And yeah, again, standard posability. He's got the standard movie stand. Only he's got a whole ton of accessories. Destro. He's got a whole bunch of chromed weapons, for instance, like just different chromed guns and such. And
how much chrome is that? I'm sorry to interrupt you. How much chrome is actually on the weapons? Is it like
the weapons are completely chromed?
Okay.
Like there's like one or two weapons that aren't chromed, but all the other like the pistol he's holding now, for instance, that's completely chromed. He comes with a Mars suitcase, which can store another gun, and on top of the Mars suitcase, there's also, of course, on top of that, and the other handheld weapons, I think they're the same ones that the retail Destro has, just chromed. He's also got the alternate head that you can swap on there. That it's chromed, and it's his head after the doctor gives him his nanomite injection.
Oh yeah, his silver face.
Yeah, like it's a completely chromed head with the painted on eyes and stuff, so.
That's pretty.
And yeah, it's a pretty cool head. Really, the sculpt, though, all the parts that I'm not using, I just kept them in the box just for storage.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's like really nice packaging, I've got no plans to throw it out. So, but like I just keep his regular head on because it's a good head sculpt. It's a really good likeness of Eccleston, complete with the giant ears. And I mean, yeah, it's a really good movie Destro toy. Like, I really like this figure, and I like that it's in scale with my other guys. So I can say, like, put him next to War Machine, or if I want to go for out-of-scale stuff, I can have him, like, facing down a 5-inch scale Dalek.
Ah.
Which, yeah, it's out of scale, but it's not that out of scale compared to the new series Daleks, so.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. How much articulation do they have?
They have this, as I mentioned, they have the standard 25th anniversary G.I. Joe articulation, which is a lot. They've got, Destro. Well, one thing that a lot of the movie toys do have, but these guys don't have actually, is double jointed knees. A lot of the movie toys have double jointed knees, but these guys only have single jointed ones.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, again, that's kind of a nitpick because the 25th anniversary toys were already really good posability-wise. But, like, they've got elbows, knees, wrists, like, all your standard points of articulation that you would expect. The only one that they don't have, to be honest, which some figures have, some don't, I've noticed, is the torso articulation, whereby the actual torso is a separate piece that's connected. And actually, I have to take that back. It looks like Destro does have that. Like he's got he's got the full torso articulation on him. So really, they're basically the same as any other modern G.I. Joe toy, which means they can do just about any pose you want of them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very awesome toys.
Okay, we're gonna throw the female under the bus. You're next, Nitro.
Alright. I've got my Universe Stormcloud, as I said before, and he's really pretty much my favorite figure because he's very, very articulated. I can put him in just about any pose that I would want to, and he is based off the Power Glide mold, so he actually has a little heart inside his circuits if you look under his chest plate. It's very quaint.
Worst episode ever.
I thought that episode was hilarious.
Hate that episode.
I remember the interview with I can't remember if it was your guys' interview or Moonbase 2's with David Wise, who wrote the episode of Memory Serves. Just that was a pretty fun interview where he's talking about the character and stuff. So
I think it was ours, but I don't remember.
And then he snuck in the phallic joke.
We'll have to re-listen to that because I don't remember.
Well, he snuck in a joke with I think it's Spike's hammer or something, and then it's broken or something like the standard emasculation joke.
Right. Continue.
Anyway, I really he has this little gimmick in which when he it's pretty sure it's very common, but when he transforms and you snap a certain piece in place, it makes the noise. Yeah. And I don't know. It's little things that I find very entertaining. And he transforms very easily. But one of the things I don't like about him is that where his wing attaches, it's a very little piece and it tends to fall off. That irritates me a lot when I go to transform him. But other than that, he's really fun, and he transforms into a B-10 bomber, which incidentally actually happens to be one of my favorite planes. And yeah, his feet actually are not only forward and back positionable, but somewhat side to side. Not a whole bunch, but just a teeny bit. But it really makes a difference when you're trying to pose them.
Very cool.
Yeah, myself.
I was going to say, I thought only Leader Class came with the transforming sound effect.
The Ultra is really the main difference between Voyagers and Ultras, other than size, was the electronics. Hasbro was trying out doing the Ultra Class price point in a Universe just to revive it because it hadn't really been used in a while. I don't think the experiment paid off as well as they liked, just looking back, because we only got 3 Ultra Class molds, and they all got repainted, but really they were stuff that, if they were done as Voyagers, they could have, without the electronics, they probably could have done a lot more engineering-wise with them.
Yeah, for me, when I was originally getting back into it, and I was finally going to Target and Walmart and everything else, and I was looking at all the different size classes, it really came down to characters for me. And the Ultras, none of them, save Power Glide, which no one should save Power Glide, everyone should kill him. The Ultras just did not appeal to me whatsoever.
To be fair, though, with Power Glide, I would argue he's the best of the 3 Ultras in terms of transformation. He's easily got the most involved transformation of the 3. The electronics don't hamper it at all, in my experience. Whereas, Silverbolt, he basically transforms almost exactly like the G1 toy. And Onslaught, he's got a simpler transformation, but again, he's a really good toy. Silverbolt really is the weakest of the 3, unless he's repainted into something cool, which they did, so.
You have anything else on Stormcloud, Nitro?
That's really about it for him. Oh, he also has this button that makes shooty sounds.
What the hell is a shooty sound?
It sounds like he's shooting his cannons. And
oh boy, that's not always shooting off.
Oh yeah, question for you, Nitro. Do you find that yours is a ridiculous hair trigger on the button that triggers his sounds in robot mode?
Yes. Oh gosh, yeah. Actually, I had him in a backpack for a while, and he was driving the other people I was with crazy because he'd go off every few seconds. You know what? I knew someone was going to say something.
Oh, jeez.
Bad choice of words, my bad.
That's funny. I didn't say anything, so... Oh, boy.
I'll probably want to check out my link then, Nitro, so...
Oh, Lord. I'm not even going to go there. I don't even want to click on that thing. Let's see. Well, I guess we brought it up kind of on ATCF. Finally, the BotCon registration is open. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo. BotCon. Meh. Oh, jeez. So how many toys are you going to take with you, Nitro?
Oh, gosh. I haven't even decided that.
I wouldn't even take any of them with you. I'd just go with empty bags so you can bring back more.
I'll probably just bring like 2. I'll definitely bring Starscream.
Ugh.
He's my, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't bring toys to conventions. I come home with them.
Oh, you liar. You took Purple Wave animated Shockwave to TFCon last year.
I got him at TFCon.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, Artoni had picked it up for me, and I got it like in the lobby before the convention started. So.
Okay, that's what it was. I'm like, wait, why did he bring it with him?
Yeah, no, you just buy something and then end up carrying it around the whole time.
Well, yeah, no, I understand that, but I don't understand all these people, these fans that bring the toys that they already have with them. It makes no sense because you need room to bring back all the ones you're going to buy eventually.
Right. Well, to be fair, I did bring some stuff out, but that was because I was getting rid of stuff. So I had some stuff I wanted to get rid of.
Right, but I'm not talking about stuff you want to get rid of or trade or sell. I'm talking about just bringing the toys that you have in your collection, whatever they may be, out to a convention. It makes no sense because you're going to end up having no room to carry, all the new ones home.
Well, there's always exceptions depending on if there's an iconic toy or something. Like, for instance, take like Vangelis, for instance, like him bringing something like, say, his Omega Supreme or his or the Christian Bale head to whichever figure that is of his. I mean, like, that's completely in character for him, and you'd expect to see that on him. So I mean, there's always a time and a place to bring stuff.
There's a big difference between an internet personality and regular fans.
You're saying you're not an internet personality, then?
I plead the fifth on that. I'm not going there.
Anyway, the corner.
Anyways, I am going to be completing I believe I've already talked about... I've already talked about 2 Wolverines out of the Mighty Mugs. I've talked about the original classic comic colors Wolverine in the SDCC 2009 retractable claws, which I guess is supposed to be an homage to the movie Wolverine. My 2 biggest complaints from the Wolverine Mighty Mugs is, well, mainly with the SDCC version, his head is extremely loose. The claws work fine, but his head, you just touch it and it moves. With the regular one, with the original one, on mine, and it's probably just quality control issue, on mine, the head is very, very tight. I can get it to turn, but the arms are extremely loose. And again, I know this goes to the quality control, but you'd think that they'd be able to work on that. And I have the same issue, actually the reverse issue of the classics with the cowboy version of Logan. His arms are extremely tight, but his head is extremely loose, which makes no damn sense. I think the only reason, actually, I got the Logan figure that comes with the cowboy hat. It's in the white feeder and the jeans. The only reason why I got him because he was in the wave with the rest of the other. I think it's wave 6 of the Marvel Mighty Mugs, which is him, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Sabretooth. And I think honestly, I put him in the background of the rest of my Mighty Mugs and take his hat off and put it on other ones. Because I know I have a picture of the Starscream Mighty Mug with the cowboy hat on. I just took one the other day with the War Machine Mighty Mug wearing the cowboy hat, so I'm getting more enjoyment out of the cowboy hat accessory than I am with the actual figure.
Can't go wrong with a cowboy hat.
No. He does have the exact... Whoa. Come on now, Wolverine, you're not drunk. He does have the exact same claw type as the original classics, whereas the SDCC version, because they are retractable, they're made... they're still plastic, but because they're retractable, they're made differently because they obviously have to fit into the holes inside his hands. But overall, they're good figures. It's nice to have a full set. The SDCC version claws are actually thinner than the other ones. The other ones have more. They're thicker, obviously. And it's nice. I'll probably end up doing some sort of video at some point with the 3 Wolverines versus the 3 Spider-Men, because I have regular Spidey, Black Spidey, and Venom, which I know technically Venom is not a Spider-Man, but he used to be. At some point. I just don't know yet. As I said before, I will be having new toys come around August, September of this year. So I will have other toys other than Mighty Mugs, because I'm pretty sure everybody's sick of me talking about Mighty Mugs. Of course, I still have, I think, 3 or 4. Let's see. Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Duke, and I don't think I've talked about Cyclops yet. So that's 3 or 4.
That's good.
Yeah, it is.
Just on a semi-related note, did you guys see the video of the Impossible Toys RC that was put up today?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, they put up a video of the in-box version of the figure and of the repaint that they're doing. So,
oh, you mean the Nightbird?
The original mold, like the RC that they're.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was the TFCon exclusive Nightbird.
No, it's the same mold, but the original use of it, the RC.
Right.
It's still basically a good showcase of what the Nightbird's going to look like, but without the new head and accessories and stuff. So.
I'm just wondering if Nightbird is going to come in robot or alt mode in the package.
Probably alt, because the RC is packaged in alt mode in her packaging. So, the packaging for RC looks like the same packaging as a G1 toy.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of wish that Nightbird. I don't even know if I'm going to get. I was trying. I've said this before. Well, not on this show. It's been a while since I've said it on this show. And by the time this episode airs, it'll be kind of dead as far as topic wise. But I've tried to figure out a way to get to TFCon or to be able to just get the non-attendee to get the figure. And I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I wish I could, but I just don't think so. And I think for me, if I was to get the Nightbird, I would mainly want it for the robot mode. And if it's not going to come packaged in robot mode, then I really have no interest, because I don't feel like transforming it.
It's a really simple transformation. You could probably do it with one hand really easily.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I'm looking forward to getting mine.
Yeah, I'll have to see. By the time this episode airs, it'll be a couple weeks ago, but I'll have to see next week, and I'll figure out all my finances and see if I can afford it. If not, oh well.
There's rumors now that Hasbro's going to be doing a Generations RC anyway, so. That just came out today. There's a rumor now that they're going to be doing Generations RC and Cup.
Off of what mold could that? Well, Cup obviously they can use.
Well, they would be new mold. They'd probably be new molds.
Oh, what? Would they?
This would be in the Generations toy line that they're doing. So, not Botcons or anything like
that.
Yeah,
but isn't the Generations line mainly so far the War for Cybertron toys?
No, there's only 4 War for Cybertron toys in the mold. Straxus isn't War for Cybertron. We're getting Red Alert, and we're getting Red Alert and Thrust in the line, and those are G1 repaints.
Right.
And we're getting Drift's G1 essentially, and the Blur remold of that is going to be a G1 Blur. So, Generations is their new term for a
Universe.
Line.
Yeah,
Same thing as Universe.
Yeah, it's Universe 3.0, but I don't know. Just from what I've seen, as far as I've seen the pre-orders at BBTS, it's the War for Cybertron toys.
Well, Wave 1 has two of the War for Cybertron toys, the Prime and Bumblebee.
And
does it have Megatron? Megatron, is he Wave 2 or is he Wave 1?
I can't remember. He might be Wave 2. I know Soundwave is Wave 3.
No, he's not. He's Wave 2. Wave 1 is Drift, Thrust, Prime, and Bumblebee.
Okay.
And Wave 2 is Megatron, Soundwave, Darkmount, and Red Alert.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty much a 50-50 mix of War for Cybertron guys, and I think Blur's probably going to be in the third wave, and fingers crossed we're getting a Starscream from War for Cybertron.
Yes. Nitro wants Starscream.
It's got repaint potential. So I can see Hasbro going for that one.
Yeah. What else? The, oh damn. I just had it tip my tongue. Oh, I don't remember. Do we have anything else we want to talk about or bring up?
I don't think so.
I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, I hope that I wish that BotCon would do this. I know they won't because it's kind of an SDCC thing. I wish they would announce a new Mighty Mug at BotCon. I know that potentially they're going to announce one at SDCC 2010 this year, and I'm hoping it's Rodimus. I would like a actual official Rodimus and not just a fan-made version. I think that would be pretty cool. I know eventually that I think Ironhide and Prowl are going to be Wave 4, I think. Or there'll be some exclusive wave or something, I don't know.
Right. Well, I think Rodimus is a good chance, if only because of the fact that, like when I mentioned that RC Cup rumor, some of the speculation, especially when you tack in Blur as well, is keep in mind that it's not that significant here, but over in Japan, it's 2010, which is the year that Season 3 took place in Japan.
Yeah.
So there's so I can see Takara Tomy being interested in doing Transformers 2010 figures, and it just so happens that Hasbro can release them over here as well.
Yeah, but it depends on if they're gonna, like, we all know that there's differences between the U.S. and the Japanese versions of toys. Like,
Yes.
That's what I'm wondering about my Rodimus pre-orders. Is the Japanese Rodimus toy going to be chromed?
We've seen pictures of him actually, so.
Right, but I thought that was just the basis of it was just a different picture of the BotCon version.
Are we talking?
Go ahead.
No, I think that we did see the Takara one. I'm just double checking there. Yeah, we did see the pictures of the Takara one, I think, so.
Okay.
But, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it'll probably have the, I guess it's not really chrome they're using, it's just more of a silver, like a shiny paint that they're using as opposed to chrome.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it'll probably have the spoiler done up, I'm sure, so. I mean, I'm sure the Rodimus is going to look really good. There's the rumors that there's a Masterpiece Rodimus Prime in the pipeline.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. You know, same thing about Protector. We talked about Protector a number of episodes ago. Protoman and I did, and you know, now that I'm thinking about it, the alt mode for that just looks horrible. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It looks good, but it doesn't really match to the Classics Rodimus figure, I don't think.
Well, the alt mode looks a lot like the Rodimus Prime to me. It's a Space Winnebago.
Yeah.
And they even added somewhere so that you could stick the little flame gun onto the back of the trailer, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not going to be for everyone. The add-on kits aren't, so.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know.
I mean, an official release, though, I think could be very well done. So.
Yeah.
And as I've jokingly heard people say, if it could transform in more than one way, that would be completely absurd and awesome at the same time. And a total movie homage.
Oh boy. There's only one good movie toy in my opinion, and that's Ravage. Other than that, the rest of them can die in a fire.
No, I was talking the 86 movie.
Oh, okay, well...
He doesn't transform the same way twice.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of insane thing I could see the designers actually going for.
Yeah, but that was more Hot Rod than Rodimus. He didn't do that once he became Rodimus. That's more of Hot Rod's characteristics, which, granted, Classics Rodimus is just Hot Rod without the add-on kit. It is basically a Hot Rod toy, but as far as the movie goes, it wasn't when he was Rodimus, it was when he was Hot Rod that all the multiple, versions of the transformation happened. I think, now that I think about it, I think my favorite one of those was when he was underwater and he transformed into the car with the folding hands and everything else. That was kind of cool. Nice. All right, Nitro, do you have any parting words before we go into the closing?
No. I don't think I can think of anything at the moment.
See, it wasn't that painful, was it?
No.
Thank you for joining us here on ToyCast. There are several ways to get in contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Join the forums, protoconempire.com/nexus. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. Follow us on Twitter. The show there is TF ToyCast. Mine is TF Jew and Mike. Nitro, what is your Twitter?
Nitro Streak.
And Techno?
General Techno.
Become a fan of ours on Facebook. Search Geekcast Radio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of ToyCast and wish you'll join us next time. Be sure to visit BigBadToyStore.com for all your Transformers and other toy-related needs. For now, I am TFG1 Mike with General Techno and Nitro Streak saying thank you for listening until next time.
Hey, this is Sari, and you're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network of podcasts.
Podcast, good. Supernatural. From Estrogen. Brave Star. Maybe it was a Manglore.
It's Castle Grayskull.
I love you.
Shut up, bitch. I'm not done.